Yes, welcome back. In this series, we shall be continuing with decision making. And this time around, we are going to be looking at how to improve decision making skills. But remember, from the beginning, I've been able to explain the meaning of decision making. And as well, we have looked at forms of decision making, that is, major decision and minor decision. We went ahead to look at factors that influence decision making, and at the same time we are able to look at people that influence our decision, and we close by steps that can help us to make the right decision. So in this series now, we are continuing how to improve decision making skills. So how can you improve that skill that you have learned earlier? You must gather lots of information. If you don't gather lots of information, you will not make the right decision. But when you gather a lot of information, it will guide you to make the right decision. Then you must check your feelings. How do you feel? Are you satisfied? Are you happy? So when you check your feelings, your values and goals against social pressure or circumstances, definitely you are improving your decision making skills. Now let us see the importance of decision making. Why is decision making so necessary? Why is it important? Number one, it assists us in identifying our values. Now when you are able to make the right decision, it assists you to identify the values you have. Maybe value of honesty, maybe value of faithfulness, maybe value of integrity. It is when you are able to make right decisions, then you begin to identify the values that you have. It helps us in learning more about ourselves. It helps us to know who we really are. It helps us to know what kind of person am I, and at the same time, what can I achieve in future. It assists us in proper goal setting. This will assist you to set a real goal that you will be able to accomplish. It builds self-esteem. It makes us to be confident. It makes us to know that yes, we can do something meaningful with our life. It helps us in minimizing our mistakes. You see, young people, they make a lot of mistakes, but when you are making right decisions and you know the importance of decision making, then you will be able to minimize your mistakes. Like the mistakes some people have made, you will not make it. These are what you benefit from decision making. Now let us see situations that require decision making. What are the situations that require decision? Don't forget, we said we have minor and major decision. Now decision making is an everyday affair. Every day, every minute we make decision. Before coming out this morning, you make a decision. When you want to go to church, you make a decision that okay, I want to go to church. How do I dress? And today is the first Sunday in the month of August. You take decision. So we make decision every day of our life. We make decision almost every time of the day. You know, you take decision. What am I going to eat? Where am I going to? Who am I going to see? All these are situations that require decision making. Then what are the barriers to decision making? There are a lot of barriers that will not want somebody to make right decision. Take for instance, young people encounter some problems when they have to make decisions about important issues. For example, decision about sexual matters, decision about drug and alcohol use. Now your ability to make good decision in this situation is affected by some factors. So these are barriers to make the right decision. For example, pressure from friends and peer group. The friends you make, if you are making bad friends, if you are moving with bad group, then they will advise you to go into premarital sex, and you don't need that, because if you go into that, it will be a stumbling block towards your success. It will not allow you to accomplish your junior school. It will not even enable you to go to senior school, not to talk of you becoming a medical doctor or an engineer, a nurse, or somebody important in future. Then lack of access to adequate information and facts. When you find it difficult to gain ability to get information and facts, it is a barrier Then lack of decision making skills. If you don't have that skills of decision making, then you have a challenge, you have a problem. Inability to set goals and make plans. When you find it difficult to set a goal, when you find it difficult to make plans, these are barriers towards decision making. Inability to clarify values. When you cannot clarify what you really want, you cannot explain exactly what you want, they just push you here, they tell you do these negative things and you are doing those negative things. So all these are barriers. Then low self-esteem. When you don't have confidence in yourself, when you have low self-esteem, when you always see yourself as a failure, then is a barrier for you to make right decision, for you to take decision about your life. Lack of guidance and support from trusted adults. When you lack people around to guide you, when you lack people that you can trust, so all these are barriers to decision making. Then when you now end up use of alcohol and other drugs, when you have allowed your friends to push you to the wall and you have no choice than taking alcohol before you can take any decision, that you need to be high, it is when you are high that you can make right decision. No, these are barriers to decision making. Now, how to overcome the barriers? How can we overcome those barriers? Number one, learn to be assertive. Learn to say no. Learn to let people know what you want and stand by it without affecting other people, without disturbing anybody. So know what you want as an individual, as a student, as a learner. Know exactly what you want. Then clarify your values. You should be able to clarify your values, the value of integrity, honesty, justice, and so on and so forth. You should be able to clarify it, understand it, and stand with it. It will help you to overcome the barriers. Learn to identify alternatives and evaluate their consequences. Know it when your friends are leading you to negative things, that it will not benefit you. Then set goals and plan towards achieving the goals. Be a student that set goals. Be a student that plan towards achieving your goals. Then choose the option that is consistent with your values and goals. Choose the one that you are interested in, that is always making you happy. Choose that one. Then seek guidance and advice from trusted adults such as counselors, health providers. So when you discover that you cannot help yourself, reach out to the counselor, reach out to your teachers, reach out to people around that can assist you. Then avoid use of alcohol and other drugs, because that may impede your ability to make good decisions. So when you take these steps, you will be able to overcome the challenges of making the wrong decision, and at the same time you will be able to make right decision. Thank you for listening. Watch out for the next lesson.